Hi, hello, welcome back to the class, everyone. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the. Okay, this is the heading. Today's heading is Let's Learn Computer Ethics. There are computer ethics. Everybody should know the computer ethics. How to use the computer, isn't it? Everyone should know that. So there is a small poem. Mahat set vadavana, sirit maldam balamina, sirit honda danagana, mahat yasasiri labanu delovina. What is the meaning of that? The meaning, they are saying Mahat set vadavana. You should read the sirit maldam. Okay, there is something called Sirit Maldam. So you should what? You should read it. Why? Because it brings you peace. Now the Muslims, what they are reading? We are reciting the Quran, right? So why we are reciting the Quran? Because it brings us the peace. Isn't it? Like that. If you read the Sirit Maldama, it brings you peace. And also learn and practice good values from it, and it will bring you good fortune in this life and lives to come. So, dear children, you always get advices to be a good child at home and at school, isn't it? Teachers and parents, elders, everybody advises us to be good children, isn't it? That's why we are going to the schools. Those are the things which they are teaching us at schools. How to be a good child, how to be a good student, how to be a good human being. These advices are called ethics. So the advices which are given from the elders to us, from the school, from the home, these are ethics. Values or good customs. We can call them as ethics, as values, as good customs. Good practices help to lead a good life. Everyone knows that, right? If we practice good, if we do good things, we can live a good life. If we help others, it is a good practice, helping others, isn't it? So we can live a good life. Similarly, there is a set of ethics that should be followed to use the computer properly. So there are some ethics. Now we are going to learn the ethics of how to use this computer properly, right? They are identified as computer ethics. This code of ethics can be considered as a set of guidelines that help you to use the computer properly. So here, when you use the computer properly, then you can live a good life. Why is that? Because if you didn't follow the advices on how to use the computer properly, then you will have a lot of physical problems, also mental problems. Understood? So here we are going to learn some computer ethics. We'll see what are the computer ethics here. Okay? Right. So when we use the computer laboratory, what we should do? We must use computers without disturbing others. It is not good to disturb others when we are using the computer. Understood? For an example, if you are using the computer in the school, in the science, in the computer laboratory, in your school, in the computer laboratory, when you listen something, okay, when you are doing something in the computer, don't disturb others. You should work without disturbing others. So it is one good ethic. It is a good ethic. Second one, we must avoid hacking computer activities of others. We must avoid hacking. Hacking means, okay, hacking means robbing the information and data from a computer. If you rob information and data which are in the computer, it is called as hacking. Understood? That is hack. So you shouldn't hack activities of others in the computers. Without their permission, don't copy anything from anyone's computer. Don't hack. Avoid hacking. Software which should be used by paying money should not be fakely used or copied. There are many softwares to use, right? It can be PowerPoint, it can be word processing software. You know what are softwares. Softwares, we use them to do our day-to-day task. Whatever the task we want it to be done easily, we use softwares, right? We learned about softwares. So there are softwares, you should buy them paying money. Some people are not paying money and buying these softwares. They just go and take them like for 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 50 rupees, sometimes free. Okay, so it is illegal. If there is a software and you should buy them paying money, then you should pay money and buy these softwares. You shouldn't use them fakely or copy them. Don't do it. Don't copy softwares. Next one. We must refrain from accessing computer files and articles of others without permission. Now, for an example, we'll say you are using my computer. My computer. You are using my computers. Okay. Now, I gave you to use my computer to type something. We'll say like that. What you do without asking permission from me, what you do? You enter to my files, you watch my videos, you watch my pictures, okay? You are reading my articles. That is not good. If you are using a computer which is not yours, then if you want to watch something, if you want to read something from other people's computer, then you should take permission. It can be your mother's computer, your father's computer, your brother, sister's computer, your friend's computer. You should ask permission before accessing the files and the articles in the computer. That is a good practice. Next, we must not repair any computer devices without proper instruction. For an example, we'll say there are a lot of devices connected to the computer like printers, scanners, mouse, keyboard, isn't it? So when we are using them, if you don't have proper instruction how to use them or how to repair them, don't go and repair them. Okay, maybe your teacher teaches you how to repair this printer. Then you can go and repair. But without the knowledge of repairing the computer devices, don't go and repair them. If you don't know, just keep it. Tell an elder person. Tell your teacher. Tell your father or parents, mother. Okay, tell them. Something happened. I don't know how to repair it. Don't go and repair if you don't know how to repair. Next one. We should not uninstall, change, delete any programs without the permission of the teacher. So there are a lot of softwares installed in the computer, isn't it? There are a lot of files and folders inside the computer. Without your teacher's permission or without your elder's permission, don't uninstall the softwares. Don't change anything inside the computer. Maybe you change the name. Don't do that. It is not a good practice. And don't delete any program without the permission of your teacher. Next one. We must not access the internet without the supervision of teachers. When you are using the internet, still we are kids, right? You all are kids. Understood? You all are kids. You are new to the technology. Now only you are using the technology, isn't it? So you should take your parents, your teachers, your elders help to use the technology, because it is new. You don't know how to use it, isn't it? So when you are accessing to the internet to browse something, maybe to watch a video in the YouTube, understood, whatever, if you are using the internet, you should take your teacher's supervision or your parents' supervision. You should tell them that you are going to use the internet. Then they should supervise you how you are using the internet. So don't access the internet without the supervision of teachers. So all these are ethics, good qualities, good practices, advices for you. Right. So now we know how to use the computer laboratory. Right? Okay. Now let's go to the next one. In addition, now these are not all the ethics. Okay. These are some of the ethics. These are not all the ethics. These are only some of the ethics. Right? In addition, there can be some other rules and regulations related to your laboratory. So maybe there are some other rules and regulations on how to use your computers in your computer lab. The above regulations are for grade 6 students like you. Okay. You will learn more on computer ethics in the forthcoming grades. So when you go to the grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you will learn many more other ethics. Now, next one. Let's use correct postures when using computers. So when you use computers, I told you, if you didn't use the computer in the correct way, maybe it can harm your physical. If it can harm you physically, or else it can harm you mentally also, right? So these are good correct postures. If you didn't use a computer with these postures, you may get some illnesses. Okay, maybe your eyes can hurt, your leg can hurt, you can it can cause back pain. Understood? So there are postures when you are using the computer. So see, there is a teacher and there are two students. What are they talking? The teacher is telling, Nizam, why are you looking at the monitor so closely? So it is not good to look at the monitor so closely, right? That's why she is asking like that. Okay. Then another thing she is telling, why are you bending towards the monitor? Pial, keep the chair properly and sit facing the front. Children, stop your work and listen to me carefully. So before using the computers, you should know how to use the computer correctly. And you should know the correct postures when using the computer. Let's go. It is common for various health problems to occur when using computers constantly. When you are using the computer for a long time, there are health problems. It can cause health problems for you. Most of the illness occur due to lack of maintaining a correct posture. If you didn't maintain a correct posture, then most of the illness can occur for you. So we need to practice maintaining a correct posture from our childhood. From now onwards, you should learn how to use the computer in the correct posture. Right. So these are the correct postures you should follow when you are using a computer. Right. For an example, we'll see here these are the correct postures to be followed, and these are what happens if you didn't follow the correct postures. Okay, right. So A, always keep the computer screen at the level of your eyes or little below. Always the monitor, you should keep your eyes at the level of the screen. Okay, or little below. So you shouldn't look at the monitor like this. There are some people who are looking at the monitor like this. It can cause you neck pain. Also, you shouldn't look like this. Okay. That also will cause you neck pain. So you should look at straight at the monitor. The screen, it should be at the level of your eyes or little below. A little below, not a lot, a little below. B, the distance between your eyes and the computer screen should be between 18 and 28 inches. The distance, if this is the monitor and this is you, the distance of the monitor and your eyes should be between 18 and 28 inches. If you didn't follow these two postures in a correct way, then pain in the eye, problems in eyesight, and tearful eyes can occur. Okay, so if you didn't use the monitor in the correct posture, you will have pain in your eyes. You should keep it, if the screen is bigger, you should keep it at a little bit far away from you. If not, it is not good for your eyes. If you have heard, after the coronavirus, everybody attended to the online classes, right? So they used to use the computers and the laptops and the smartphones to use the Zoom application or to use whatever the application to learn in the computer, isn't it? So they had eyesight problems. The students got eyesight problems. So why this eyesight problem occurred? Because they are not using the computer in the correct posture. Understood? You should use it in the correct posture. If you use it in the correct posture, you will not get harm things from the computer. Okay? Right. Next one. Sit straight by leaning on the back of the chair. When you are sitting on the chair of the computer, when you are using the computer and sitting on the chair, you should lean straight on the back of the chair. You should lean straight. You see here how he is sitting in the chair? You should sit like this. If you didn't sit like this, there are some people who are not sitting in the correct posture. If you didn't sit in the correct posture, then pain in backbone. You will get pain in your backbone. Understood? Keep your legs vertically and place your feet on the ground. If you didn't follow this posture, strain in feet. Your feet should touch the ground. Okay? Sit correctly. If not, strain in feet. Keep the keyboard and mouse at the level of your elbows. You know the elbows, right? So when you are using the mouse and the keyboard, you shouldn't use it like this. There are some people who are using like this. You should use it like this. You should straight your elbows and use the computer, mouse and the keyboard. If not, your shoulders will get pain and also your fingers will get pain and your elbows get pain. In addition, adjust the brightness and the contrast of the computer screen to suit your eyes. When you are using the computer, there is a brightness, right? Brightness level and contrast level. A brightness level and a contrast level. You should adjust that. Don't keep the brightness level in the high. It is not good for your eyes because the brightness is high. Don't keep the brightness in the low level. Then you will strain to watch the monitor. You will get tired when you are watching the things because it is not bright. So keep the bright in the level that you can look. Okay. Often give a rest to your eye if you are working on your computer for a long period of time. For an example, now you are learning computer in my class for 1 hour, right? So it is a pretty long time. So when you are using the phone, okay, when you are using the phone or the computer or the screen, whatever, within 5 minutes, when you are using, just look away for a little bit time. Okay, look away, blink your eyes, look at the greenish things outside the window, look at the sky, okay, and blink your eyes. Give an exercise to your eyes. Although an incorrect posture can cause health issues, the computer is not a device that can be discarded. Now we know that there are harmful things coming from the computer for us, isn't it? But we can't just put away the computer. Now, maybe you will say, okay, teacher, we are not coming to the class hereafter because the computer is not good for health. That is not the answer. Although we know that the computer makes health issues for us, we should know how to use the computer in the correct posture. Use the computer in the correct posture, nobody will get health issues. Okay, so you can't put away the computer devices because these devices are needed in this modern world, in this modern years. Understood? It is needed. Without the computer, we can't do any work. Not like that actually. You can do many works, but the computer is also necessary for us. We want it, right? So we can't just throw it away and we can't say that we are not going to use these computers. Use it correctly, then it will be good for you. Use it wrong, then it will harm you. Understood? Therefore, we must use the computer properly to avoid such problems. Until we will meet again at the next class, thank you for joining the class, everyone, and have a nice day.